Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Mystic Inspirations. My name is Leanne. I will be giving you your July 2016 tarot forecast. I do want to mention um, I also have thrown stones, and I have done this for each of the signs, but you're the first one that really something's sort of sticking out to me. Um, I feel like there is um, something that you have to say, something with your throat chakra that is being blocked. I just wanted to mention that, Capricorn. So we have our three focus cards for the month. Help coming to us, what's happening could hinder, and what we're leaving the month with. And bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. That is our overall energy, our underlying theme. So with the Strength card, this is speaking of focused patience. Okay, this is focused energy. This is focused vulnerability. This is being uh, trusting and trustworthy. Okay, so throughout the month of July, Capricorn, we are needing to have inner strength. This is not a physical strength card. This is a an inner, from the guts. Like you're laying it all out there. You're trusting and you're vulnerable, and yet you're strong. So, and it's that inner strength. So this is what is going to be ribboning through the month of July. Let's see what we have. Okay, we have a couple of knights. So we've got the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, and the Tower card. So High Priestess, let's start with her. We're kicking off the month with some intuition. Maybe we are kicking off the month with some secrets. Okay, it looks like this is the High Priestess is definitely, it's representative of what I do. Actually, it's seeking advice um, for that which is normally unknown. Okay, something that is maybe kept in the shadows. This is finding knowledge and information and enlightenment through the occult, perhaps. Doesn't have to be, but this is also a card of knowing where your knowledge is and knowing that you don't know everything. Okay, there are still hidden messages behind her, and she knows it. Okay, she does use her intuition. She has her feet on the moon. Okay, so that is definitely an intuitive. That's her base. That's her root. But she has her book of knowledge. But there is much more behind her that she's not privy to. Okay, so there's only so much information you can get, Capricorn, and that's sort of this High Priestess as well. I've said this to a few people giving readings and such, that you know you're only going to know through me or anybody else as much as the universe wants you to know. Okay, only that which is meant to be revealed will be revealed. Okay, I don't have the meaning of life in my little book of know-it-alls. Um, so Capricorn, use your intuition. I know this is not necessarily something you do um, easily, because you're more of a practical, you're an earth sign. So this may go against the pragmatic, pros and cons, making your list, checking it twice type thing, um, doing things in the physical. This is more of, this metaphysical may not sit well with you, but we're looking that, it's looking like you're going to be doing that in July. So it also shows that you know, it's you may be going to be getting messages quite quickly. Um, this could be literally a person bringing you a message, but normally in general readings such as this, I don't like to use court cards as people in your environment, because it is a general reading and there's just too many people that will watch this video. So if this is a person, this would be a person who is very ambitious, very creative, very fiery, very much on the go, sort of athletic, needs to do stuff all the time. And this guy or gal is someone who would say, hey, you want to go do something spontaneous, right? So, you may have somebody in your life like that, Capricorn, or this may be an energy that you're having to um, embrace. Okay, for the month of July, you may have to be a little more spontaneous. You may have to be a little bit more on the move. Um, this this Knight of Wands, this might be an inspiring or creative or passionate message that you get through your intuition. Okay, this might be a message you receive while meditating. This may be a message you receive through even through a tarot reading. This may be a message or an idea or a confirmation um, through any of the metaphysical type um, sources. Okay, so this could be you getting that message, or going, through your own intuition, or going to somebody else for a message. And this message is going to be very accurate, very passionate. It's going to kind of um, come in quick, fast, and hard. And it looks as if it's going to sort of sweep you off your feet. Okay, it's going to be, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This Tower card is representing you know the upheaval of something, the disruption of something. It's going to be um, a quick unveiling of something that has been secret. Okay, so remember earlier I said something about the throat chakra needing something needed to be said. I feel like there's some, I want to say upsetting, but it doesn't have to be upsetting in a bad way. Um, but there's definitely some news or some information or some aspect of a situation that gets revealed, okay, quickly, and it sort of pulls the rug out from under your feet. And um, this could be as simple as, oh my gosh, I went to a psychic or a palm reader or a runes reader or whatever, a tea leaf reader, and they completely told me about my childhood and, what the next 3 weeks are going to be like. And, it sort of blew your mind, sort of blew the lid off things, right? And so you're super excited about it, and you can't wait to do it again, and it like took all you had just to sort of sit there and not say anything. But this could also be, news that you've unveiled something that needed to be brought to light, and this news is going to shake your foundation. Okay, this is definitely um, an upheaval. This is a crumbling of what you once knew was secure. So I also have to say, Capricorn, if you are in the North America, in California, we do have a lot of fires. Okay, and so watch out for that in July. I just feel like I have to mention that. Okay. Of course, that's for a very small number of you, but in any case, we have this Tower card. So something that needed to be dismantled is going to be dismantled. And honestly, this Tower card is one of those shakeups that it's hard to handle at the time, but after it is so much better. Okay, this is this is maybe that lightning storm that maybe it destroys your house, but then you get it rebuilt and it's 10 times better than you'd ever even imagined, right? It's that work is taken over by a different company, and they have all these different rules, and it's just tipping you off your feet, and then all of a sudden you come to find that the benefits are like 10 times better. So or maybe the commute is better, something's better. Whatever this shakeup is, whatever this ungrounding is, whatever this dismantling of is, it's for the best, because you're going to come out of this um, thinking, wow, I needed that. You may not have even known that you needed it. Okay, so that's our focus cards for the month, Capricorn. Pretty intense, actually. I would say with the High Priestess, especially with this Strength card, when we're talking vulnerability and patience and focus and inner strength, I would say whenever you start to get messages, perhaps even in dream time, um, or just that intuitive gut feeling, make a note of it, okay? Um, and be open and vulnerable enough to receive the enlightenment that you need to receive or give. You might be this Knight of Wands. Although you're an Earth sign, Cappy, you may need to embrace this energy of pushing forward and firing on through. Okay, you may be the one that needs to bring the passion and um, bring the torch, so to speak. Be spontaneous. Do your athletic stuff. So the help that's coming to you, we have the Emperor. So this is a card of you're ruling everything around you. Okay, this is rules and regulations. Um, this is law. This is the judge, right? This is if this is a court case for some of you. I'm just getting right now, Capricorn. I'm getting that there's an assault case where you've had to have strength and vulnerability to say what happened. Things that were not known to everybody will come out, and there will be swift justice that will sort of push somebody off their feet. Hopefully this won't be against you, Cap. Hopefully this will be justice for you. But this Emperor is going to come down hard. He is the ruler, right? So he's going to rule in fairness and in what is right and righteousness. The Emperor also is very much. This is the Aries card in the Major Arcana, and that's a fire sign as well. But Capricorn, you have these qualities coming in to help you. So if you have to make a decision, if you have to sort of ride in with some passion and some enthusiasm and spontaneity, and it's going to take strength and vulnerability to do that, this sort of steadfast ruler energy is going to help you do that, okay? Because I hate to say it, but it feels as if something's kind of being left unsaid again. There are things that's coming out of the shadow. There's, fiery energy coming to you, and then some upheaval. but there's some quiet, patient, focused energy happening throughout the month, and I feel like you're still staying quiet. What's going to help you, Cap, is to be the ruler of your world. Okay? Be that judge, jury, executioner. Be that person who rules your roost. Okay? Because also what's happening and what could hinder you is the Knight of Swords. Quick, fast moving energy. Sort of too much information all at once. I have to mention that when we get two knights together, sometimes this could mean meeting up with an old friend. Okay? So, but what's happening is you're going to be getting a lot of information at once. And again, we have this with the High Priestess receiving or acquiring or having knowledge that isn't privy to everyone. So you're going to be getting a lot of information. Okay? You're going to have to decipher. You're going to have to use this energy to figure out what is true, right, and real. Okay? Because what could hinder you is that you get so much information at once. Swords being in air, which is communication. What could hinder you is that you get so much information at once that you don't even know what's right, what's true, what's clear, what's you're not quite sure because it came in so fast. It's like when somebody speaks too fast, and you say, "Excuse me, what was that?" And they say it again, but they said it just as fast, if not faster than the first time, because now they're getting frustrated that you didn't understand, what was said. So this is a lot of communication, but it's not necessarily clear communication. Okay, so know that this is happening. Okay, and that's where you may need to go back to, this High Priestess to get clarity and to maybe use your own intuition on what matters are true and what matters are not. Okay, and again, what's going to help you is the fact that you have the power to rule in your own favor. Okay, you make the rules, you enforce the rules, you protect your family, your friends, your coworkers. This is the emperor. He is the protector of the realm, right? And so use that energy. Use that energy of coming from a place of protection when you try to decipher what is going on. And then we'll be leaving the month of July, Capricorn, with the Ten of Swords. So this is the ending of a sort of torturous situation, okay? And this, again, this could be an actual, sometimes this shows up as surgery, but I have to say, I really feel like this is mental energy. This is the end of a really bad situation that needed to end. It was mentally abusive. It was, friends stabbing you in the back. It was words, thoughts, and promises that never came to fruition. It's, communication that was very hurtful. And I feel like that might be the upheaval for some of you that needed to happen in order to start over again. Because the 10 is a new beginning. This is the end. It's happened. It's done. It's over with. That old way of thinking, the old way of the old negative thoughts, the old way of doing things, the old way of communicating, that's gone. Okay, the only way now is up, and that's very likely where this Strength card is coming in, because in order to get up from a situation that had you, on the ground with swords in your back, you're going to need some inner strength, not just physical strength, but that inner strength to sort of pull yourself up by the bootstraps, right? And sort of swallow your pride, which is, it's interesting that I just said that, swallow your pride, where normally lions would swallow the human, but, lions travel in prides. So anyway, I don't know. Um, in any case, Capricorn, it looks like you're going to end the month leaving a very hurtful, negative situation behind. Okay, so really, the only way from here is up. Okay, this is a good card. This is this is the ending that needed to happen. Okay, it's the ending that needed to happen. This is the ending that needed to happen. You know it needed to happen, or you found out, and that was the last straw. Okay, and then all fire broke loose, right? And you just blew the lid off and said, you know what, that's it. No more. You're taking a stand for yourself, for your family, for your rights as a human being, as a citizen. Okay, and you're going to stand up for yourself and for others, and you don't care how much people are talking about it and what kind of nonsense they're saying, whether it's true or whether it is not. You're done. No more abuse, no more mental abuse, no more physical abuse, no more emotional abuse, no more bad relationship, no more bad boss coworker relationship. That's it. You're done. And you will need some strength to get through that. Okay? So no more negativity, Cap. It's done. You are moving to a new place, but it looks like July might be a little bit disruptive. And just keep the faith. Find me on my Facebook page if you'd like to get a daily oracle reading. And if you would like a reading that is just for you, please check me out at my website, www.mysticinspirations.com. Okay, I will see you back here in August. Thanks, guys.